We are Vintage Trouble. We make music. Oh, that's not what you meant. I'm Vintage Trouble. We're all Vintage Trouble. I am Ty. I do the lead vocals.
I play guitar in Vintage Trouble.
My name's Rick Barrio Dillon. I play bass in Vintage Trouble.
My name is Richard Danielson. I play drums in Vintage Trouble. This gentleman here is Nolly.
Oh yeah, I should say my name. It's Nolly Cole. I would say Chuck Berry, Muddy Waters, Beatles for sure. You know, they woke me up when I was a kid and just had to start playing music. Pick up the guitar and play, for sure.
I think my earliest influences are like big bands of the 40s, you know, Gene Krupa era, Louis Bellson, Buddy Rich, kind of a very festive and fun time for music. But that would be my earliest musical influences, I think.
For me, I would say earliest would have to be church. So anything gospel. And then as far as any kind of rhythm and blues or soul or rock and roll, it has to move to Ike and Tina Turner. And then after that, anybody that, I guess anything that seemed authentic and that made people want to dance and cry and laugh was inspiring me.
Yeah, and for myself, really I kind of stumbled onto the block of Motown just in general, and that would be probably my earliest, where I really started jumping around the house, and can't explain why I'm jumping all around, but it was anything Motown. And then I moved into Otis Redding, Stax, great soul singers, Sam Cooke, anything like that.
We wouldn't know each other if it wasn't for social media. We met on band.com.
E-Harmony. It was E-Harmony.
No, it's been a huge part of it. Huge part of it. You know, we're constantly on it daily, and you know, Facebook and YouTube, and we connected with a lot of countries just with videos from live shows and stuff. So it's been a very big part of it.
It's interesting too, in the very beginning, it was almost just like, on a personal level, like you kind of avoid stuff like that because you say, you know, you want to be real, you want to connect with people, don't want to spend so much time on a computer. I mean, we were the same way with the band. In the beginning, when we first got together, maybe Rick was probably the only one that was really, really versed in social media, but then before long, we all got into it, and probably even the one with the least resistance is probably the one that's most addicted right now to social media.
Not true at all. Not true at all.
No, we love it. I don't know what we do without it. Like we are in touch with our fans every day on the media, and not only that, we become fans of people every day because of social media. You know, like a lot of our Troublemakers, which is the group that runs around with us and follows us, they tend to send a lot of links on our pages that are things that they think might inspire other people that follow us. So, you know, we get to find out every day about new things that should be in our bodies. You know, we find out about artists, we find out about places to go, everything's through social media. Not only that, I mean, social media is great because it's kind of what is allowing us to be seen right now on Grammy.com, right?
Also, our fans have started their own social media networks. You know, we have an Italian Facebook page that was set up by Italians, and we have a German Facebook page set up by Germans, and we have a UK fan base, you know, called the Troublemakers, and you know, all these social media outlets, they intersperse, and these people become friends and have groups on their own, you know, in our name, and it's just been an incredible thing. I don't even remember how bands or people did it back in the dark ages, 10 years ago, or however long it's been.
Such a dope time.
I think, I remember, you know, standing out on Sunset Strip with a flyer, you know. Now I don't have to leave my underwear in my living room.
And he doesn't.
We're talking. We were wondering, maybe you guys know, I don't know, but we were wondering what it'd be like, or if someone's ever tallied up what it would take someone about 20 years ago, like a record company or something, to do the same amount of marketing that one can do with social media now in, say, one day. Like, you know, because you know how many people you can reach in one day through even just, not only just the main hubs, like your Facebooks, your whatever those things are, but even just the little filters. Like, our reach is so huge now because of the internet. And I would be really interested in finding out what that figure would be as far as dollars and cents. Like what would it take for a record company to make one artist or one group reach that many people?
That's a great point.
Start revolutions today.
Yeah. Twitter and stop them.
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, we were able to go down. We just got back from Australia, and we were able to go down there, basically on the strength. I would largely say on the strength of our YouTube videos, because every show before we ever touched down on the ground in Australia were sold out ahead of our YouTube performances, so to speak. So it really does say a lot to the power of the internet. And
yeah, it's the reason why we're here as well at the whole Sunset session. You know, our manager said he was speaking to Michelle Clark, and we were kind of latecomers into the event. And he was trying to say, you know, have my band come, that you'll love them, and it was a video. And then she said to him, you know, what night? And he said, both nights. And she said, okay, all based on a video. So thank God for good post-production, because we weren't good in that video.
Right.
But it looks great. Looks great. It serves its purpose.
The guy behind Final Cut's a whiz. He's a whiz.
These guys, because,
there's truth to that. That was my first thought. I think I'm living my dream collaboration. I think I found my home, and you know, I don't feel strange saying that at all. I mean, I would love to be collaborating with these guys. I can't believe I'm in this band. It's amazing. I think we probably all feel that way.
But if we as a band would work with so many beautiful artists that are out there now, and God, I mean, just watching Adele sing on the Grammys now was stunning, you know. I mean, we'd love to work with somebody like that and maybe do something.
Well, it was cool. We were in this meeting the other day, and we were talking about collaboration and touring, this kind of thing. For us, I mean, I don't know, maybe we could be better as far as, you know, how to deal with getting into mainstream entertainment, but most likely, if we had to pick a list of people, it would be people that were all at their heyday before 1965. I know it'd probably be cool to say a lot of these new people, and we are inspired by a lot of the stuff we hear now, but really, when it comes down to it, we'd probably like to collaborate with some people that are...
Oh, yeah, no, of course. Sure.
You know, like the Chuck Berrys and the Tina Turners, like, you know, Jimmy Page, like all these people that people, you know, a lot of times people say, yeah, you know, pick somebody modern when you say that in order to help you in today's music world, but fuck that. I mean, sorry. But forget that. At the end of the day, I mean, I think the dream would be to be in a room with someone that inspired you to do what you're doing, right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, yeah. I mean, there are a lot of new bands, though, that we do like we stumbled across Alabama Shakes, and like Nolly was saying, Adele, and I mean, there are a lot of new people, but a dream collaboration for me would be someone that inspired me to do what it is that we do right now. So probably be somebody older.
I think the coolest collaborations, you know, which are dream collaborations for me, are spontaneous collaborations. Like we were in a room last night here at the Sunset Sessions, you know, doing the late night presidential suite, whatever the late night jam is, where all the sexy people show up, you know. And we're jamming, and all of a sudden the girl in the corner starts playing violin, and somebody jumps up and starts rapping, and somebody grabbed a cello, although he never quite got to it. But you know, it's like those are collaborations that are magic.
Magic. People started taking off clothes and pouring wine all over each other. It was crazy.
My socks are still staying.
Yeah. My dream collaboration was like with somebody like Homer and like holding Valkyrie times. It was raucous. It felt cool. I felt like I was in a modern day brothel of some kind of Greek sort. The only thing that was missing was the grapes. That was the collaboration. That was badass. Thank you for bringing that up. I forgot that. Wow. If you're thinking, I know one.
Go for it.
Mine, the one that jumps out, well, there are two, but everyone always talks about the Aretha Franklin Pavarotti thing, so I'm not going to say that. To me, when I first got into the music business on a real kind of level was, what was it, at the end of, I don't know, it was when Alanis Morissette's album was really big. And I remember watching the Grammys, and here's this woman that was wild and crazy and screamed and all this kind of stuff, and people thought that's all she did. And I thought it was so classy of her. You know, they start out, You Ought to Know, and lights come up, and she's sitting on a stool, and it's just an acoustic guitar, and there are roses scattered all over the ground, and there was not one point that she sang with enough energy to even bring a vein out in her neck, and she just pulled in everybody and really showed the world why she was deserving of everything she got that year. And I thought that was really cool because she stepped outside of what everybody knew. And she didn't use that platform to be aggro. Actually, she used the platform to be gracious and graceful and thankful and sweet and calm, and it was beautiful. I'll never forget it.
John?
Honestly, my favorite part of the Grammys is watching people walk up and be themselves and, you know, stumble or not. And so my favorite Grammy moments are just the human moments. They have nothing to do with music, but that's just me being honest. I like the walk-ups.
Yeah. I also like, it was really cool this year in the Grammys when, what's the guy's name that won for Best New Artist?
Oh, Bonnie Bear.
Yeah, in his speech it really touched me because he spoke about how it was odd to be winning because he based his career on music alone and thought that, you know, there was something odd about being given an award for what you do. But then he turned it around and turned it into something that he was representing the everyman. And he was representing everyone that would never get to the Grammys.
Yeah.
And he was winning for the underdog, and he was winning for the person that, you know, didn't have their suit tailored. And he was winning for the artists that are the indie coffee house people. And so then he kind of turned it into something cool. So I mean, it's kind of like what Richard was saying. That was a real human moment. You know, at that moment, I think he won not according to his songs, but he won according to his humanity and his humble nature, and him saying, I'm doing this for a lot of people besides myself.